In my last video, we took a look at some of the advertising and marketing agencies that appeared on the Inc. 5000 list for 2024. And this is a list of the fastest growing private companies in America for that year. So we took a look at more than a handful of these agencies to see the wide variety of niches and industries that they decided to serve, so that you can see really it doesn't matter who you're serving necessarily that is going to make you successful. But I truly believe this is really the fastest way to start building momentum and to start to see success in your business. But success doesn't come without generating leads for your business. So that's why today I want to go back and we're going to look at some of these same exact companies that we looked at last time. But today we're going to look at how do they actually market their agencies so that this can give you some ideas potentially for your own business. Now, just as we saw that these companies were serving a variety of niches and industries, likewise, with their marketing strategies, there is a variety of ways that they are choosing to market. So as we look at these, this isn't meant for you to take all of these different strategies or think that you need to do exactly what they are doing. It's more so to show you that regardless of how you choose to market your company, you can be successful. And it's more so, the consistency that you are showing up within your business. Are you taking action on those lead generation strategies each day and working on building those? Because that consistency is what's going to help get you some results. So let's take a look at these companies. Now, the first one that we had looked at before was LawRank, and they were seeing almost a 300% growth over the past few years. They make it very obvious here who they are serving, law firms, and how they're going to go about doing it with SEO. And they talk about their client results right there. So that is a great example of how they're going to hook people once they get to the site. But we got to figure out, well, how are they getting people to the site? So then they can show them, hey, we're for you, and here's some of the results that we are getting for our clients. Now, one of the things that they are doing is SEO, and they're doing that very well. You can see that they are getting a lot of traffic. They got a lot of backlinks coming into their business here, and we can take a look at some of their organic keywords. They are getting a lot of traffic here through legal case management software. We can take out their own business name because people already know about them in that case, attorney case management software, SEO for law firms. And so there's a lot more keywords that they are continuing to rank for here. So you can see this is where a lot of traffic is actually coming in for them. Now, they did have a more limited social media presence. So they are there, they are updating it, but they don't have a big following on those platforms. But keep in mind, when you are working with companies, you're looking to bring in businesses as clients. When you charge higher prices, you don't need to have huge followings to really make an impact on your business. And I am a really big advocate for not having a whole bunch of clients, rather limiting your workload and keeping your prices at a point where it works for the client so they still get results. They still make more than what they're spending, but it also allows you to provide better service to those clients rather than trying to charge a really low price and get a whole bunch of clients in. And then you got to manage all of that, which takes a lot. Now, they also have a podcast. And when you take a look at their podcast here, they also bring in different guests. And this can work really, really well because when you are actually hosting the podcast, you're bringing in different guests. You are typically asking the guest to also share that podcast. Go out and share it with those that you know. And so that can help bring in more people, more listeners to the podcast as well, demonstrating your expertise further. They're getting to know you, to hear you, and that can work really, really well as well. Now, let's take a look at the next one, which was Church Media Squad. And as a reminder, they are the ones who offer unlimited graphic design and video design services specifically for churches. So all of their clients come in with a monthly retainer. So you can see they talk specifically about who they serve, how they're going to serve them right here up front. They give them a way to connect, to schedule a call right here. But again, how are they actually getting companies, these churches rather, to their website? So one of the big things that they were working on was social media. So you'll see we have Instagram here. They have nearly 18,000 followers here, and you can see they are posting a lot over the holidays, they did some giveaways. And so giveaways are a good way to bring in more viewers, more followers, and it gets people to sign up, take some of the specific action steps that you want to. And they are not only showing off their design skills, but they're also introducing the team. They have a variety of different types of posts, which keeps that interesting. And it looks like in going through some of these posts that they are pretty engaging as well. I would bet with a company like this, especially because I'm not seeing a lot of other different types of marketing that they have outside of their social media channels. They did do giveaway, which can help. I bet that they are relying a lot on a couple of things. One, email marketing when they are getting churches in to educate them, but also a lot of word of mouth, because that tends to be an industry where a lot of people talk, and this can spread in that way as well. Now, that one thing I didn't mention about Church Media Squad is that they actually don't do SEO. So that is something to pay attention to. A lot of times when you get into marketing, you feel like, well, I have to rank my website because I'm going to be providing SEO services, or just because I'm in marketing. So you might not even provide SEO, but you might be trying to attract people in that way. And that is a strategy that can work, but it's just one that's not necessarily required. And in fact, you're going to see that a lot of companies here, a lot of these agencies don't actually use SEO like our first one did. But since their focus is on SEO, it is good for them to be able to demonstrate their expertise by ranking themselves as well. Now, the next one I want to take a look at is Grow Pro Agency here. As a reminder, this is the martial arts marketing agency that we took a look at. Now, they as well do not focus on SEO. A lot of the keywords that they show up for are their own name here. But if you take a look over here at their resources menu, this is showing you how they are generating some of their leads. So as you can see, they host webinars. When you host webinars, then you can work on promoting that specific webinar. And there's all kinds of strategies to be able to do that to get people on the webinar. And I really like webinars because they are a really good way to get a lot of people in front of you at one time. And you are educating a group at one time versus every person one-on-one has to be spoken to, educated, and so that really can save time. And because you're doing calls, because more people are coming together for those, that helps you look like an expert in your field as well. Now, they also have a podcast. They have a book, a dojo book. So it is specifically about martial arts and how to go about marketing that they are giving away for free here on this page as well. And they also have a free school owners group. So this is a great way to get people, or more specifically, the martial arts school owners to come together in a free setting on social media to be able to interact with them, to demonstrate expertise, to be able to share tips and strategies, and then also sprinkle in some ways to get them off of Facebook or off a social media platform to your website, to your email list. This can be saying, hey, we have this free book. All you got to do is sign up. They can put in their email address and get a free copy of the book. This could be, hey, we're hosting this webinar. Here, you can sign up. They can put in their email address. And when they're doing things like that, that is allowing you to get their contact information and to follow up directly through email, to offer that phone call, or to continue to educate them until they are ready to take action. So there are several ways that they are going about this here. They also do have a blog here as well that has content on it specifically for martial arts companies here. So that's another way that they are choosing to grow. And maybe they're working on SEO. I'm not sure, but that's not showing up for them as of yet. But it does show based on the dates here that they are regularly trying to post, and that may be something that they are building on. They do also have a LinkedIn profile. They don't have, again, a lot of followers, but this is something that's just going to allow them that even if they're able to post their book, they're able to post their webinar, their podcast episode, whatever they have going on. Bringing in clients that way can work really well. So for agencies, when you see that on social, they don't necessarily have tens of thousands of followers, that's okay. Often even just a smaller group, you're able to communicate with them, get to know them, and it doesn't take a lot of clients to really move that needle. So it can still be very worth it. All right, let's take a look at Law Line Marketing. This is the company here that, I don't know why we're on the footer here, but this is the company that was focusing on lawn and landscape companies here, specifically ones that are 7 to 8 figures here. Now they experienced a lot of growth, and you can see here that they too offer webinars as well. So this is where they're able to get that group in, educate all of them as well. They also have a LinkedIn profile here. Again, this has more followers, 1,500, but nothing that's huge, nothing that's extensive. But if you think about having 1,500 followers, and let's say even just 1,000 of those followers are their target audience, if they are making 7 to 8, or if they're working with 7 to 8 figure lawn care companies, how many of these companies do you think they need to really grow their revenue and do a lot? So even if they just had a handful of those actually convert, which they can do well through those webinars, that is how they can grow that revenue very quickly and be able to attract even a limited number of clients and really do big things there. Now, they likewise do not focus on SEO as of right now. But another thing that they do focus on seems to be some of the expos out there. I've seen other expos besides this one here that's just showing from 2020. But it does look like they actually go out to some of these expo shows. They set up booths there, and then they actually can communicate with some of the attendees there. So you can see on their setup here, it says lawn line websites. So they are pulling in some lawn care business through that as well, as you can see here. Now they also do focus on reviews. So if I were to look them up in Google, I was to think about, do I actually want to work with them? I can see that they have put a focus here on reviews. Of course, this one here starts out with not a good review, but overall 74 reviews. And you can see that at least when there was a negative review that the owner there was responding, which is very, very important. But they got a lot of really positive reviews here that they've gotten over the years. Another thing that they have also done is gotten on other people's podcasts. So let's say you are debating about a podcast, hosting your own, it feels big or overwhelming to you. You're not sure you'd want to stick with something like that. Going out and getting on other people's relevant podcasts is a great thing to do, not just with podcasts, but it can be groups or other people who have the audience that is similar to you or the ones that you're looking to get in front of, and you figure out, how can I utilize someone else's audience? How can I get in front of their audience but still reap some of the benefits of that without having to do my own whole thing? So some people do say, I'm going to do my own podcast, and other people go out and say, I'm just going to leverage other people's podcasts. So there's so many ways that you can go about doing this. Now let's take a look at here. We have 8-Bit Creative. So this was the one that looked at a couple of different industries. They also do not do SEO for their website. And you'll see here that they link to a detailer's roadmap, because one of the industries they focus on is automotive detailing here. So if we go to this, we can see this is their digital marketing agency right here. We can take a look at their resources again. And one of those is the podcast. So they have 2 podcasts, a cruise control podcast and a troubleshooting your business podcast. So that is one of the ways that they're able to bring in people as well. Another one here is they have a pro Facebook group specifically for detailers. So they can, again, this is how they get all these people in one. They can educate them all at the same time. They can stay active in front of all of them at the same time, and then work to shift them off of social onto their own platforms there. They also have some events and trade shows. You can see some of the ones that they have gone to in the past, but it looks like they have done well over a handful of those in a particular year. So this is really them getting out in front of people. So this is not necessarily what you need to do for every industry. So when you think about who you're serving, would it make a difference if you're standing in front of them? Are there any places that they go where they all get together in person? Are there any groups, meetups, events, expos? Or is there a place online where they go to get together? Or could I create a place online where they can all go and get together? So this is their actual podcast that we talked about a minute ago. Now, they also do have a YouTube channel. Now you can see here that they only have 326 subscribers, but you can see that they have been posting consistently. There we have a few weeks, a few months ago. So for quite a while now, they have been posting consistently. And again, they don't have huge numbers, but you don't necessarily have to have those huge numbers to make a difference here. Now, 8-Bit Creative also has focused on some of the reviews here. So you can see they have a lot of reviews going on for them. So we have some here, that's a week ago. We have some for a few months ago, a couple months ago. So a lot of good reviews. And so that is really going to help other companies, these automotive detailing companies, feel confident in selecting this company. So think about it. Anytime you're going to hire someone, what do? You go to Google, you search them, you see, is anybody else talking about them? Are there any reviews? And you find out what you can before you're going to spend your hard-earned money with them. Now, next up, we have wellness clinic marketing. So I probably don't need to remind you what these guys do and who they do it for. But this company has a couple of things that they do. One of them is they actually do paid ads. And I just popped in their name and they came up. Probably not the keywords that they're trying to go for. I'm sure they're going for other keywords since they are popping up here. But this gives you an idea that they are one that has decided to pay to play to get ranked there, because I actually, when I look at SEO, I am not seeing them appear really on socials. So it sounds like they're trying to play with paid ads versus SEO. Maybe SEO is something they're going to start here in the future. They're just getting working on, and they're going to use paid ads. Not sure about that. Now, what they've also done is they are on LinkedIn as well. Again, a low following. They don't have a lot of followers here. Doesn't look like they're doing too much on social here, but they are actually posting here. I can see this one was just from a couple of hours ago. This one's a day ago. So they are actually active on social, and they are trying to use that as a channel. Again, doesn't take a lot with these agencies. Now, another thing that they're doing is appearing here. You can see that they are in this top magazine here. You can see there is another article. So these are on relevant websites. So they could be using these for backlinks as well. But if these are websites that, and I'm not familiar with these websites, I didn't look into them, but if they are ones that actually generate traffic, they could actually be sending traffic back to their website for companies who are looking into marketing services for their specific clinics. So when I talked about leveraging other people's audiences, this is one way that you can do that as well. Okay, let's talk about Relentless Digital here. So they serve the HVAC, plumbing, and electrical contractors here. Now, one of the things that I noticed about them is that they appear on podcasts. And so you can see, you can search by featured on or other podcasts, and you can just go through and see all the different podcasts. So again, this is leveraging other people's audiences without having to go through the work of creating all your own. Now, another thing that they do is they appear at different expos. So we saw this once before as well. So they are realizing that their audience goes to these expos. They try to build their network. They are trying to look for new products, new services, new connections by going there. So you can see here that they attended quite a few the year previously. And when you're seeing a company do it repeatedly, they're getting results from these because they have to pay to actually be there. They have to pay for everything that they need to set up an actual booth for people to be able to visit. So when you're seeing something on repeat, it's probably because that is working for them. Now, I also see that they have a YouTube channel, just under 6,000 subscribers. So nothing gigantic, and they're not getting tons of views on the videos. But again, with the ones that are viewing this, he's building trust. And that's what it's all about. The person is feeling like, hey, I know you, I've seen you, I've listened to you for a while. So when they do get on that phone call, it's really time. They're ready and they just want to have that final conversation about their specific business there as well. They also have limited SEO that they are doing just like the others as well. Now we have Ustruck. Ustruck was the destination marketing company, and this is really neat. Now, what's interesting about this one is that they actually do, let me skip over here for a second, they do have a TikTok channel, and that is how they're using social media to start pulling people in. So you see they have a lot here, and they're not getting crazy views, but pretty good views, some better than some of the other agencies I saw on their social media accounts here. But if you think about why is this agency using TikTok? Well, this is where people are going when they are looking for like travel and places like that. And if they're working with travel companies, those companies are probably on TikTok trying to market themselves. So they're trying to get on TikTok as well so they can start connecting with them. And again, it's that face on the video, hearing that person, they're sharing some expertise, talking about the things that these companies need to know. So that's really neat. Now, what I found interesting is when I looked a little bit more into them on the Inc. 5000 list, they talked about their marketing right here. They said that Ustruck expanded existing relationships with entertainment companies and hotel management giants while fielding a steady stream of referrals from hotels, casinos, water parks, ski mountains, and more, without spending $1 on marketing. The company's annual revenue increased from $106,000 in 2019 to a projected $16.5 million in 2023. So they're talking about referrals. But again, if you think about destination marketing, they're working with the hotels, the casinos, the water parks. These are huge companies with a lot of marketing money. And so again, this is about how can I get a smaller number of clients and serve them really, really well. And when you are doing that, you're serving them really, really well. You're getting them great results because you have the time. You're not spreading yourself too thin. Those referrals start to happen. And some of these casinos or hotels, they own multiple. And so when you have one, you do really well, it can start to spread to some of their other companies. And of course, they have plenty of connections in that industry as well. So this is a great example of being able to grow just by referrals. Now, the last one we had was Beachboss influencers. They focused on network marketing, and they also do not focus on SEO, as you can see here. What they do have is a podcast here, and you can see that they are regularly posting on new episodes here for their podcast where they talk all about really just how to network market, how to build your business, how to get more people into your business as well. Another thing they have is the free Facebook group for network marketers. And they say in here, this is to skyrocket to 6 and 7 figures just using social media and automation. So if you're a network marketer, you know you got to be on social. You want to scale to 6 to 7 figures, join this group. So this is where they're going to start teaching. They're going to start interacting with the network marketers. They're going to feel like they're building that connection with them. And so that is something that's really beneficial. Again, a great place to be able to educate them all in one spot. Again, driving them to other funnels. You can drive them to the podcast episodes. Here they have been posting on social media. They have a YouTube channel with 10,000 followers, which is amazing. They are regularly posting on about all of these topics that network marketers are going to care about. And again, they can turn and say, hey, if you got a lot out of this video, head over to our free Facebook group. You're going to get a free training there. You'll be able to connect directly with us, whatnot. And then from Facebook, hey, we just posted a new video. So you're really just sending that traffic back and forth, building up that audience, building trust, because some people are going to take in your information through videos. Some people are going to take it in just by reading some of the posts or clicking through to articles or resources that you share within the group as well. I think that is the main things they were doing, but they also, unlike some of the other companies here, they also offer courses as well. And so they're able to sell those as well. And then that actually turns into a membership that they have. So they're all talking about business growth. A lot of this is going to be with individuals trying to become network marketers, and these network marketers likely have a team. So they have the courses. They have their free resources, and then they're funneling them into a membership so they have that recurring revenue where they can continue to help them and support them grow. So as you can see, there is a wide variety of companies that we've talked about, and they are using a wide variety of lead generation strategies, some of which, like SEO, they're mostly not using, which is something you might not expect. So I hope this was as interesting to you as it was to me. I hope you got a lot out of this. I hope you got some ideas. I would love to hear about what you're taking away from this video, from all of this information about these companies and their marketing strategies. So do let me know down below. As always, thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I'll see you next time.